Hey people, what's good? What's happening? What's going on? I'm Ivy and you're Ivy Vibes, and I'm going to do a read for the collective, and we are going to see what is coming up for you guys. For some of you, maybe all of you. So let's take a look at your current situation. Let's see, what is your current situation? All right. Death card. Ooh, some of y'all going through some changes. Changes. This picture. So this kind of feels like, you see this person down here? Like they're completely letting go of someone. So some of you could be, I know that this is supposed to be your own, represent your own personal transformation, but this also kind of feels like you could be letting go of some people, letting go of someone, maybe even. But there is something about yourself that I would say that you are changing. It also feels like you are putting your emotions behind you, laying a lot of things to rest. Look at those bodies in the back. Look at all these bodies. And you see the river back there that represents emotions. And it's not, all crazy. It looks like it's flowing kind of nice. So this feels like you are in this space where whatever kind of turmoil you were going through, it's breaking up. The clouds are clearing, and you may be, gaining some type of revelation about something that is helping you to change and shedding some old skin. This really feels like you might be laying an old part of yourself to rest, especially if this has to do with being over emotional about certain things, not allowing your emotions to rule you, and trying to move past that. So let's see, what is your challenge? What has been the challenge for you? I'll tell you what's been the challenge for me. Not being so freaking hot. Alright. Give me one sec, please. Alright, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get a little air. So, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as your challenge. And this is, all about opportunities, seeing opportunities. There may be something that you are not seeing. And that is a challenge. Whatever direction you may be trying to go in, things may be feeling a bit blocked. This is what is being presented as a challenge. You may not be able to actually see certain opportunities that are in front of you, but part of this is because of the process that you are going through with this transformation, becoming, letting go of something, changing in some kind of way. But there's definitely some kind of opportunity here that you may be missing or not quite seeing clearly. Why is it happening? Why? Why is it happening? Ace of Swords and Judgment. There's something that, God damn. I'm sorry. One sec. Okay, I'm sorry. So again, I'm sorry. This is why it's all happening. It's because we have the Judgment and the Ace of Swords here. So this is looking like the reason why it's happening is because there's something from your past that you need to make peace with. And this is, maybe even a conversation that you need to have with yourself, possibly even somebody else. If there's a situation that has happened, look at it and understand that however things happen, it was meant to happen that way, because there may be something about yourself that you are meant to see more clearly. If this is with another person, this also could be some kind of conversation that may need to be had to make peace with the past. And so, looking at the challenge, because it feels like one of those, we all have our own personalities and are so used to dealing a certain way, handling things a certain way, or just even seeing things a certain way. And the challenge in that is understanding when we need to have another perspective about something or realize something about ourselves. And so I feel like that's where this change is coming into play that may be happening with you. Going through whatever change because of something coming back from the past, or having some kind of realization, due to a conversation that you've had either with somebody or, and even if it is with somebody, but still understanding how this personally affects you and not allowing an opportunity to be missed here. But this is the reason why it's happening, is because there's something that is coming up from the past that you need to see clearly and make peace with. So, let's see what happened in the past. We have this King of Pentacles individual. So there could be somebody that you dealt with. It could be someone that you dealt with in the past that may be showing themselves to you in a particular manner. This also could be you seeing yourself in a certain light. And maybe, this is an image that you may be projecting of yourself, where at one point you may have seen yourself as this type of person, someone who's a leader, someone who's very practical, very grounded, seeing yourself in a place where you had, some form of stability, and someone who may have been very reliable. And I will say this, when people view you, or you view yourself as this kind of individual where you're always that person who can be relied on, sometimes people can take you for granted and what you do. And so that might be part of where this whole change is coming into play, where you're letting a lot of that go, not letting go of being reliable, but not allowing yourself to be put in a category with people where it feels like they can always come to you to rely on you for whatever. If this is not an equally reciprocated type of behavior. Okay, so let's see what the best thing is that could happen right now for you. Relying on your spirituality to have a new start and ending an old cycle. We got the Hierophant in the world. So this really feels like if you are leaning on your own spirituality or seeking some form of higher spirituality to get you through something, it could add a different type of awareness to your situation. And definitely completing a cycle, letting go of something, it almost feels like enough is enough. And this is to me, leaning on your intuition, your spirit guides to guide you, not looking so much at material things, but really trying to see things in a spiritual way. This even feels like you might have like either 3 deities that you work with, 3 spirit guides, or 3 guardian angels, maybe even 3 ancestors that are trying to guide you in a particular way. And this is seeing things like ending a cycle of being this is what I'm getting, ending a cycle of being the bearer of burdens, okay? Using the strength and the courage that you have to step into this new place and taking the vantage point of seeing things from a higher perspective, and definitely utilizing whatever guide may be there for you at this time. But it almost feels like there's this light that is around you, and an ability to almost step into like a different time, like you're going through this portal. Like that's what this almost feels like. It almost feels like this person is going through this portal and is stepping into a new place. And this here, you know how they kind of bulls and stuff like that tend to be that symbol for like the beast of burden. They carry the load for a lot of things. It almost feels like this is something that you're like trying to leave behind, and using the force of the lion to go with you, like exuding that courage. Exuding courage, and definitely I don't know if you have a lot of amethyst around you. Maybe even those, you know how people get those beads of crystals, and maybe even having it, like allowing it to gird your loins, which makes me think about um, the purple and amethyst around the waist, and it feels to me like this is like when the Bible talks about girding your loins with truth. The purple to me almost symbolizes a certain type of awareness, like psychic awareness, because that's what amethyst does. It does help to increase your psychic awareness. But this is girding yourself around your waist with that as some form of anchor and stability for guidance. So this is something that you could actually do if it's not something that you are doing, but allowing yourself to be guided by whatever deities, guides, angels, um, ancestors, spirit guides that you have there, to push you up in this place where you really are feeling a bit more self-assured and letting go of an old cycle. Let's see what we got for you for the near future. What's coming up for you for the near future of this situation. King of Cups. Being very balanced in your emotions, maintaining a sense of boundaries, and you overcoming whatever emotional challenges you may have had in the past. You see how this horse is like riding this wave, almost like they're on a surfboard, but this is someone that is commanding control over their emotions and not allowing their emotions to overtake them. Being very what's the word I'm looking for? Very much in control. Just feeling very much in control. So I feel like that's in your near future. Whatever the situation is that you are dealing with, I think you're going to take it. You're going to exude a lot more control, self-control over your emotions than what you may have done in the past. Because again, we have this where there's this change, and you have the river behind you where it's getting past any emotional difficulty, or getting past any place where you may have allowed your emotions to overtake you, and no longer allowing that to happen. You could have gone through 5 particular situations or dealt with 5 different people. I'm just noticing this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the reason why I say that is because even here, we've got 1, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could be a situation again where it involved 5 other people or 5 different situations in the past that it may have taken 5 times for you to get to this point of having some type of change and being able to exude more control over your situation, over yourself, having gaining a sense of self-mastery to some degree in a particular area. So let me see. How do you see yourself when it comes to what you are dealing with right now? How do you see yourself? I think you see yourself as someone who is very enlightened, someone who may even try to see things in a different way than most, but you also may see yourself as someone who is a bit more enlightened than others. And I feel like that could be something that may give you, feel like it gives you a bit of an upper hand with the Hangman here. And I think that you also see yourself as someone who does not act impulsively. I think that you kind of wait before you act, and take your time before you actually move, which could be a good thing, because you don't want to act in haste and then be sorry for what you've done with your actions, or feel like you moved too soon and didn't have all the information or whatever it is that you needed before moving. So let's see, where are your thoughts right now? What are the things that you are focused on? Okay, so we had the Three of Wands and the Tower, but that came out in reverse. So this kind of feels like whatever it is that you were waiting for, you're not waiting anymore. And this is letting go of any kind of hope of what you may have been waiting for, or thought maybe thought you felt was coming. But there's also a little bit of a struggle here with the Tower in reverse, because it feels like, there is a bit of a fight when it comes to releasing that control of the unexpected of how things would occur. Like, this feels like it's something that you didn't think would ever happen. And so it's really trying to see things in a way that you feel is beneficial for you by not waiting, because maybe you've always been that person to wait in the past on others, and always give the benefit of the doubt. And this is, feeling like you just don't want to wait anymore. Okay. I'm getting a little tired. Y'all see what time it is back there? It's a little after 1. It's just been a bit of a long day for me today. Anyhow, I feel like with this, you don't really have to worry, because I don't think that whatever you feel may be a devastating move for you is not going to have as strong of an impact as you feel it may. Like with you, going into this new phase and possibly not waiting, it's not going to, I don't think it's going to have the kind of impact that you may initially think or thought that it would. I should have brought my drink up here. Anyway, let's see. So how you feel? 8 of Pentacles. I think you feel good about the decision that you're making, the direction that you're going in, and what it is that you're trying to build for yourself. It feels like you're not giving up on the direction that you've started to go into, because you do see that the investment of how you're being now, how you're moving, is actually going to bear the fruit that you desire. Possibly having people see you in a different way or not take you for granted. So let's see what is a possible outcome. And we have the 6 of Pentacles that came up in reverse. And I feel like this may be like a perception where it's not dealing with situations anymore that are unbalanced, where you're the one that feels like you're always doing the giving, because it doesn't feel good if you feel like you're always the one that is doing the sacrificing and there's nothing coming back. You're never on the receiving end of a situation, whatever it is that you have going on. And so I definitely feel like that's what this is coming to a place where you're no longer dealing with one-sided situations or unbalanced situations. So let's get some advice. I would say don't move so hasty, because we got the Page of Cups in reverse. Don't be so hasty when it comes to offering whatever talents, gifts, and abilities yourself. Wait and see what you get first, and then match that accordingly. This way you don't end up in a situation where you feel as though you're always giving or you're being used or taken advantage of in some kind of way, and it actually feels more balanced because it's it becomes an easier way for you to be able to cope and feel less the words I'm looking for, damn it, you'll end up feeling less it's like on the tip of my tongue, I swear to God, less bothered. That's not even the word I'm looking for, but you'll start to feel less bothered about how you become involved, or the amount of involvement that you end up having when it comes to situations. You won't be the one that feels like you are over giving. So I know that it just felt like it was kind of hard for me to get this out, but hopefully this spoke to somebody and you guys were able to get a little something out of it. I don't know who this was for, because it did almost kind of feel like a bit of a personal read, but sometimes the collective goes through things all together, and a lot of people go through the same type of situations, or not even situations, but tend to have the same type of emotions that they are dealing with at the same time. It doesn't have to just be for one person. And that's just, due to astrology being, going through these different phases, like moon phases, and the way that the planets end up moving around. We all tend to go through some of the same things. And that's just kind of how it is. So if this spoke to you, I would ask that you please be so kind to leave me some kind of comment down bottom. I would greatly appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, for watching this video, and staying to the end if you did. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one, and as always, I really would appreciate those comments. You guys keep it coming. Thank you so much for the growth in my channel, and for you new subscribers, thank you. and my returning ones. You guys are amazing. So stay safe and be well.